Hey guys, what's up? MTG back in another video. In today's video, we are looking at a Profane Shadow Modern competitive deck that costs right around the $500 and I'd say $30 mark, which is relatively not that expensive for Modern, although it's not necessarily cheap. But this is a pretty good one, so we're gonna hop into this. We do have a maybe board on this one, but we're not gonna go over those. I'm just gonna go over the main deck and the sideboard. Let's hop into this. Start with the lands. We have 4 Blood Crypt. It is the black-red shock land. I'll end it up here so that you can read it, but I'm not going to read it. Ghost Quarter, tap it for 1, sacrifice it, destroy a target land. Its controller may search his or her library for a basic land card, put it into play, then shuffle their library. 2 islands, 2 mountains, 4 steam vents, the red-blue shock land, 2 swamps, and 4 watery graves. You could also run fetch lands in here, but this makes it much cheaper to not do that. Creatures, we have 12 creatures, 4 Bloodghast for 2 black, double black, 2/1. It can't block. It has haste as long as an opponent has 10 or less life, and landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may return Bloodghast from your graveyard to the battlefield. 4 Death Shadow. 1 black, 13/13 creature avatar, and it gets -X/-X, where X is your life total. This is great when it comes to late game, and actually our shocklands are going to help us hurt ourselves more to be able to get this thing higher, because if we play 3 shocklands, that's already, and we keep them in on tap, that's already 6 life gone, plus our opponent might be obviously trying to attack us, and we can also use our spells to hurt ourselves to make it so that this guy's huge and able to attack very strongly with. And our last play set of creatures here, Sedraxis Spectre, geez I can't talk, blue, a black, and a red 3/2 flying. When it deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card, then unearth for 1 and a black, and I'll let you read that there. Pretty good card, and really cheap, 46 cents. Instant, we have 14 instants, 2 Counter Squall, blue and a black, it counter target non-creature spell, its controller loses 2 life. 2 Echoing Truth, 1 and a blue instant, return target non-land permanent and all other permanents with the same name as that permanent to their owner's hands. Pretty good card, definitely a card you might want to sideboard out at times, but it's pretty good. 4 Lightning Bolt, 1 red instant, deals 3 damage to target creature or player, classic red card right there. 4 Remand, 1 and a blue instant, counter target spell. If that spell is countered this way, put it into its owner's hand instead of into that player's graveyard, and then draw a card. Pretty good card. 2 Terminate, black and a red instant, destroy target creature, it cannot be regenerated. Great card there, and for only $1, it's pretty powerful. 14 Sorceries, 4 Anger of the Gods, 1 and 2 red sorcery. It deals 3 damage to each creature. If a creature dealt damage this way would die this turn, exile it instead. Pretty good stuff. 2 Dreadbore, black and a red, destroy target creature or planeswalker. Very good card there, even though it's a sorcery. 4 Night's Whisper, 1 and a black sorcery, draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. 2 Profane Command, X in double black sorcery, choose 2 target player loses X life, or return target creature card with converted mana cost X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, or target creature gets -X/-X until end of turn, or up to X target creatures gain fear until end of turn. Very powerful card when it's played at the right time. And finally, 4 Thoughtseize, great card, classic black card for Modern. 1 black sorcery, target player reveals his or her hand, you choose a non-land card from it, that player discards that card and you lose 2 life. Fantastic hand. And that is it for the main board. Let's go over to the sideboard here. We have 2 Extirpate, 1 black instant, split second, choose target card in a graveyard other than a basic land card, search its owner's graveyard, hand, and library for all cards with the same name as that card and exile them. Then that player shuffles his or her library. Cheaper version of Surgical Extraction. 2 Mind Break Trap, 2 and double blue instant trap. If an opponent would cast 3 or more spells this turn, you may pay 0 rather than pay Mind Break Trap's mana cost. Exile any number of target spells. Pretty good stuff. 2 Nihil Spellbomb, 1 colorless artifact, sacrifice it to exile all cards from target player's graveyard. When it is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, you may pay black. If you do, you draw a card. 2 Pithing Needle, or Pithing Needle, I think it's Pithing. 1 cardless artifact enters the battlefield, name a card. Activated abilities of sources with the chosen name can't be activated unless they are mana abilities. Ratchet Bomb, we have one of these. 2 colorless artifact, put a charge counter on Ratchet Bomb, sacrifice it, destroy each non-land permanent with converted mana cost equal to the number of charge counters on Ratchet Bomb. You could also put in engineered explosives. It's a bit much, well actually it's about $20 more expensive, but it's $20 times more powerful. But that is kind of a more budget version of that card. 2 Shattering Spree, 1 red sorcery, replicate for red, destroy target artifact, pretty powerful card against Tron. 2 Spreading Seas, 1 in a blue enchant land. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card, and then the enchanted land is an island. And finally, 2 Torpor Orb, 2 colorless artifact creatures entering the battlefield don't cause abilities to trigger. Great sideboard card. And that is going to be it for this deck. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and maybe if you build this deck, let me know if you change anything down in the comments below. I will see you guys in the next one. If you want to help support the channel, check out the links below. We have Patreon merch, and you can also check out Inked Gaming and use code MTGNerds10, that is all caps, MTGNerds10 at checkout to get 10% off your purchase, and you're helping out the channel as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.